Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. Florida's own Denzel Curry on Hot 97.
Niggas?
Laura Styles in the building.
What's going on?
How are you, Denzel?
Chilling.
What's been cracking? When's the last time I saw you? Like a year ago?
Yeah, you see me like 2017 and shit.
Totally different time.
Wearing Hawaiian shirts and all that shit.
You're a new man now.
Nah, nigga, I'm still the same nigga.
Wait, so real quick, let's start with the business of why you're here. You have new music coming Friday. And what's the new song called?
Perks.
And Perks.
Yeah.
Is it about Percocets?
Is it about Percocets?
Is it?
Is it?
Is it?
You gotta find out on Friday. I'm not into, spoilers and shit.
But I know that you are. I know you are big on talking about mental health, so it wouldn't surprise me if you were delving into a topic like that.
I mean, yeah, you got to in these days, because like you got everybody doing drugs and all that shit. And if you do drugs, you do your shit to each his own and shit. But like, it's like when you overdo it is when it's a concern, and like you project it to all these motherfucking kids and shit that be like dealing with problems, and they feel like drugs is the only way out for that shit.
Don't you think we live in a weird time though, where it's like this balance of like, in one sense, tons of people are talking about drugs, opioids specifically,
right?
And then at the same time, just as someone who's doing interviews all the time, it does feel like there's also a lot of artists now who are also becoming more honest about mental health.
Yeah.
It's like we're living in both right now.
Why are you passionate about it? I'm just curious.
Why am I passionate about mental health?
Yeah.
Because, man, I've been through the same shit. Like, I've been through all types of fuck shit. Like, my brother died and shit, you feel me? Like, my parents split up, like, all types of bullshit.
How old are you and your brother died?
My brother died when I was 19 years old.
And how old was he?
He was 27.
Wow, okay.
Wow.
So, like, I had to deal with that shit, and I had to go on tour when I had to deal with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that was big, and I kept that shit suppressed for so many years. And, like, I guess when 2015 happened and I was going through more bullshit and I just couldn't take that shit no more, I just released it and made Imperial and all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
But you released through your music, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have the opportunity to do that. Are you a big advocate for like therapy?
Well, nah, man. I just feel like if therapy, like, why I gotta talk to somebody about my problems, man? This is my shit. You feel me? Like, if I'm gonna talk to somebody about my problems, it's either gonna be my family, my girl, or God. You feel me? Like, that's who I'm gonna talk to. But at the same time, it's just like, bro, I gotta do something that will like keep me sane on a daily. Like, all right, yeah, creating is cool and all, but what's the extra curriculum? Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your activities and stuff like that. Like, I do martial arts on a daily. That shit keeps me sane, cause I feel like shit. I don't want to beat a motherfucker ass. I need to find some way of releasing anger in any type of way, whether it's music, drawing, something. I need to find that release all that tension and shit. You feel me? Because that just builds up.
It's interesting too that you talk about that, because for so long, because this wasn't a conversation, you had all these people who came from really traumatic circumstances, and like releasing that energy is not a thing. And then people don't know why people end up doing bad. You know what I'm saying? So like,
of course,
when you have people from really terrible circumstances, you know how many artists have come in here over the years who are kids who've already been through like mad death. Like you said, your brother passed away, like been through a ton of trauma. And yet no one was ever like, hey, are you doing anything to like take care of yourself? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These are people who basically have PTSD. It's like going to war. Only, in our country, unfortunately, a lot of times our soldiers aren't well taken care of either.
I mean, and another topic is like, you looking at this whole mental health shit, you got like, you know how they saying women, and like the main thing around women is like, they're coming out saying, oh, I've been molested or this and that. Mm-hmm. Like, even men too. But they don't talk about that shit because they feel emasculated. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's a big part of PTSD, because that shit goes down in like neighborhoods and shit. That's all types of fuck shit. That shit actually goes down in America, but nobody want to touch and talk about that shit like it don't go down. That shit do go down. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy is that when I was in my sociology class, I saw this whole piece on all these men that were sexually assaulted, but they never caught all the purpose, because nobody would report it because of shame. And these men had to deal with that for the rest of their lives, and that's probably happening over and over and over here in our country. And you never know who's going through what.
It's so true, because even as we come further as a country in a lot of ways, getting to the step where men are comfortable admitting that they were sexually assaulted, that's like almost another step.
Yeah.
You know, where people, it's hard for people to say that.
Or molested or anything like that.
Or even people realizing sometimes that it happened. Like, people don't always realize, like,
that shit goes down. Like, it doesn't just go down in jail. That shit goes down, like, without being in jail. You know what I'm saying?
You took a mental break this year at some point?
Yeah, I had to, bro.
For how long were you off?
Shit, I was, man, to myself, I'm like, man, fuck that shit. I'm finna stay off of Instagram and all that shit just to end up going back to Instagram. And everybody thought I quit because, like,
Quit what? Like rap or
quit rap? Everybody thought I quit rap because I made a post, right? And it was like, oh, is Denzel suicidal? Oh, Denzel quits rap. Like, and I'm just like, first of all, nigga, if you read the whole shit, there's no way I said I quit rap. I just said I'm not fucking with shit at the moment. You feel me? You're still gonna get music. Where do I say I quit at? I didn't say nothing about quitting. Why the fuck would I quit?
People, I don't know. People really like that. The quitting story is like, people love saying that people are quitting. A break from social media is pretty different than
I could give up sometimes, but I ain't gonna quit.
Why were you fed up with social media? Just the same old bullshit.
I just see the same shit every day, motherfucker. Oh yeah, oh I'm beefing with such and such. Oh man, you don't got this much money as me. Oh man, look at my wrist, look at my neck, it drip. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you really talking about? Like, what the fuck is that? Oh, you just trying to suck my clout this, clout that. Nigga, that shit imaginary. Fuck that shit. Fuck clout. I don't give a fuck about that shit. What the fuck are y'all even doing today? Like, don't get me wrong. Sometimes the shit entertaining as fuck. But when you see the shit oversaturated, when your page is like oversaturated with the shit, you're just like, what the fuck am I really looking at?
For those who are adults, who have regular jobs, who aren't involved in this shit, explain to people who aren't aware. Like, I bet Shawnee, you're not. Are you aware of how I know clout as a concept has always existed.
Like, I mean,
but are you aware that clout is like a thing people talk about all the time?
In the hood, yeah.
No, like now, like in social media, it's become like.
No.
Can you explain?
Like, clout is like a big thing. It's like, oh, you just trying to get up. Like, clout is like status. You feel me? Like,
but it's like said. It's not like
they use it all the time now.
Yes,
yeah,
it's not
they use it all the time now. Like, the shit stupid, bro. Like, just do your shit. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like this motherfucker, why y'all going back and forth, bro? Like, it should, if I'm going back and forth with a motherfucker that I don't like, why would I sit there and go on a nigga Instagram and be like, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna do this. Nigga,
yeah,
no. Nigga, I don't do that shit. Nigga, no. That is not what goes down, bro. If you really don't like a nigga, square up. Period.
That's it. I like
you don't follow. You don't like to hate follow people.
No. None of that.
I don't get that either.
Nah, cause sometimes I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes that shit be funny as fuck though. Like when you be seeing motherfuckers just going at it, but you think to yourself like, bro, is this shit even real or this shit just entertainment? And if it's entertainment, cool. But like, it's like wrestling. You feel me? Like. You get tired of watching wrestling after a while, bro. Because
no, I don't. But other people do. I get
you don't get tired of watching wrestling?
Not me. I'm the bad example. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean, do you watch wrestling now?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really, nigga?
Yes.
Yes. I work for WWE.
Yes.
So yes, I watch all the time.
I watch.
Yo, come on, do your research, Denzel. I do your research.
You watch wrestling. I watch UFC. Two different things, bro.
Right. And I understand, but for me,
that pressure is real in that cage, bro.
Well, and I go to wrestling. I just want to be entertained.
I just want to see somebody get their ass beat. I'm sorry.
I could tell.
That's for real though. Like,
well, then I would tell you right now. Then rap beef is not for you because people are not. They're about entertainment. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Man, you ever watch the Boondocks?
Of course.
Yo, so I remember when they were talking about, I wanted to fight the dude like a man, get my chain back. Nigga, fuck that shit. We believe in overwhelming force. What the fuck you talking about? Fight one-on-one. That's true though.
Right.
It's true. Like.
So wait. So here's my question for you though. You seem like halfway in between. Like you get very annoyed by the internet shit.
Yeah, but like when I take a break from it and then I go back to it and I be like, ha. But when I just see that shit constantly on a daily, I'm just
so why don't you completely check out of it? Like, why is there? Can you?
Because I can't.
You're just like all of us. You're addicted to it too.
I can't.
And he's an artist.
I can't.
Like,
you feel me?
But you got someone
I
who
like
runs
to
it
see
for
what's
you.
going on. I like
Right.
to see what the fuck happening. You feel me? I like to be updated with news, music, everything. I like to be updated with all types of shit what's going on because like not even just the rap shit. Like shit be happening in the world and that shit get overlooked sometimes. You could just see what's happening. Like I bet you most people don't know what's happening in Syria right now with the chemical bombing and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I get my news from there because I don't watch TV sometimes, and if I do watch TV, I'm watching like Cowboy Bebop or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like UFC or like some fighting related.
So you end up using it as your way to know what's going on in the world, but then you get overwhelmed with how annoying it is, and then you're like, I need a fucking break from this.
Yeah, because pretty much you got it.
I understand that part. I mean, I literally, for me, it's a constant back and forth too. I like sometimes I'm just doing the same thing, scrolling, and then I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I just? We all do the same thing. Sometimes you wake up and you scroll before you've had any of your own original thoughts that day. I remember Cyphers who told me that a few years ago. He was like, damn, we wake up and before we even have an original thought, you've already scrolled up to see what other people's thoughts were.
Because you're so anxious to see what did I miss or what's happening.
And it's like, wait, but maybe you want to center yourself first for the day and be like, what am I thinking about today?
Yeah.
Instead, we're
but
just
nobody
like,
does that. Like shit, I could name numerous times where I just get up in the morning. First thing, I don't brush my teeth. My mouth's still shitty and shit. I didn't go take a piss yet. The first thing I do is check my phone.
yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy shit.
You did not. I hear that you do not agree with Smoke Perp's claim that he quote unquote invented SoundCloud.
Hell
rap.
no.
So
Don't get me wrong. I respect Smoke Perp. You feel me? But that claim, even though he was making a bad joke or whatever, because my fans was like, you made a joke. Like, regardless, bro. Like, it's the reason why I'm just like, I had to say something because numerous amount of people in Florida tried to take credit for what already happened.
yeah.
That's why.
So you see, claiming even if in jest to be like the father of SoundCloud rap, so you see it almost as claiming the entire Florida scene.
I mean, not even claiming the entire Florida scene, like just claiming the niggas that came before you, like, you know what I'm saying, that made the shit pop in the first place so you could have a platform, you feel me? And that's why I said, like, you spell Raider Clan wrong. But I wasn't directing it at Perp. I was directing it at, like, Complex and shit, you know what I'm saying? But, like, the main thing with that, I was just like, man, even if it was a joke, because he said he was joking, I was just like, this shit got to be known at some point, bro. Like, history is history. You can't erase it.
Well, but a lot of people are sort of just jumping on board with the scene right now.
Yeah. But
And
they don't know the history of
so
how
what
this
is the
thing
history?
started.
What is the origin?
The history, how all this shit started. If everybody want to go back and go back, Odd Future started this shit first, right?
Okay.
Lil B started this shit. Gucci Mane started this shit. Chief Keef started this shit. ASAP, Raider Clan, all that shit started what everybody's doing today.
Got it. And you're
Like
so you're going back to around 2010, 2009, 2010.
2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, and then on down, that's when you get the rest of
So
it.
all those things are happening in those other places. And then who in Florida first started kind of picking it up and trying to do that thing
Perp.
down there?
Perp and Raider Clan.
Got it.
Because me and Perp, we was both from Raider Clan, you feel me? And like, Perp was working with ASAP Mob and everything.
This is Space Ghost Perp.
Space Ghost Perp.
All right.
Not Smoke Perp, Space Ghost Perp.
A lot of Perp, Shawnee. You got to pay attention.
Yeah.
All right.
Space Ghost Perp came out, with certain tapes like NASA Gang, and then like the tape that got him notoriety was Blackland Radio 66.6, which is when he changed all the like letters, you know what I'm saying, from the A to the V, from the O's and E's to X's and stuff like that. And then like the Raider Clan happened because him and ASAP Mob, they was doing a thing, and Raider Clan wasn't even a thing yet. Like ASAP Mob was a thing, but like Raider Clan wasn't a thing. It was just Perp, his cousin Dodo, Gaddafi. And then boom, it was like the ASAP Raider Clan when you see all the videos and shit. But before that, who was really doing the shit to us as young kids was Odd Future. Odd Future popped it off. And what got people like, how you got people like Lil Pump and shit in the game right now, like all these guys are like just doing shit, and everybody be like, oh, like mumble rap, like what they classify like Lil Yachty as and all that shit. Like you look at Lil B, bro. Lil B literally like made that platform for a lot of people. Like you could do whatever the fuck you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? You could do whatever you want just without being judged. You know what I'm saying? And he could actually rap. And like that's why I be like getting mad at people when they be like, man, I don't like Lil Pump, and I be like, nigga, I fuck with Lil Pump. Like the nigga actually be sliding. Like y'all niggas tripping.
I think people get down on Lil Pump more because of his brand than his music. You know, like, but which is somewhat him. I mean, he has a certain I don't give a fuckness about the way he carries himself.
I can see that.
That is meant to, in a certain sense, is meant to make people feel a certain thing. I think with older heads, our gut reaction is naturally to be annoyed by it. And then I think for younger people, their natural reaction is to gravitate towards it. But a lot of people make the decision before actually hearing the music. All they hear is people reference Gucci Gang and him on camera going, "Let's get it!" And that's it. I gotta be honest, after that, I'm like, bro, I gotta go to work. I'm not looking up the definition of "let's get it." If I'll people when it makes it to me. New music coming out this Friday. Is there an album coming as well in the near future?
Is there an album coming as well? Hell yeah, Taboo coming out, man.
But that's what we don't know exactly when.
Nah, I ain't gonna tell y'all.
Okay,
All
gotta
right,
keep.
I know, but you don't know.
Not yet.
And also, one last note I want to get to here. You are a fan of Kanye Poop Diddy Scoop Diddy Whoop. Poop Diddy Scoop Whoop. Is that true? Scoop Diddy Poop fan? It's on the sheet.
What shit you talking
My
about,
prep sheet.
man?
This
I
on
don't
my
see nothing in your hand, man.
It's
You
on my
crazy,
Denzel
boy.
Curry prep
What?
sheet. So do you
I
have
ain't
no
gonna lie, I'm a fan of that shit. Scoop it, poop, do it, whoop.
You're a fan of the beat or the lyric Scoop Diddy Poop?
I was just laughing at the fact that he trolled the whole game, and it was so easy to hate that shit. But why would you hate it when it's so easy to hate it?
I hear what you're saying. When he's like, "Oh, I got these bars," and then you get there. The only thing I was annoyed about was that I actually loved the song except for the Scoop Diddy Poop.
You didn't like that?
The Scoop Diddy
production
Poop
part?
part?
You probably quoted it though. I bet you.
No, I didn't
play it at a
record-
show. I bet you that shit go off.
Oh, I bet it will. But listen, I just can't do Scoop Diddy Poop. But I like the beat a lot. If he wanted that song to be a hit, it could be absolutely. But I don't know if that says more about Kanye or more about our society as a whole. You know that we love that man so much that we would literally sing him saying Scoop Diddy Poop.
Oh man.
It's like he almost it's like a loved one who pushes you to as far as you can go, you know?
Nah, some people was disappointed by the shit.
Oh, I was disappointed. Not by that much as by what he said. I was disappointed by what he said.
Yeah.
I think the least of it was the Scoop Diddy Poop.
Are you talking about the slavery was a choice thing?
There you go. That really started pushing people's buttons a lot.
Yeah, man.
The hat also was a lot.
Oh, to make America great again.
Yeah.
That probably was the biggest thing.
That for me, that was what I
Yeah.
viscerally.
I mean, now that we talking about it, like, let's talk about that shit, like, for real. Like,
why did you didn't mind it?
Nah, wait. When he said slavery was a choice, he worded it wrong as fuck. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? Maybe he was trying to say, like, you know what I'm saying, back in the, like, the 1700s, 1600s and all that shit, when black people were slaves and shit, like, we didn't have the luxury of having, like, intelligence, you know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't let us read, they wouldn't let us, like, you know, like, run away or do whatever we had to do, you know what I'm saying, or live as citizens. And that was actually physical slavery. But after a while, I guess when he was like, he felt like it was a choice, he was probably talking about now where being a slave is a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you choose to be ignorant. You know,
At this point.
At this point, you could choose
Yeah.
to be ignorant.
Listen, I'm sure there's a lot of ways that you could flip what he said into something intelligible. The problem is it just wasn't.
No, the way he said it was wrong.
He wasn't built for that conversation at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when people begin to challenge him and he didn't have any answers.
And then he was like, "Brother, I'm sorry, I hurt your feelings." I'm like, it's not just the guy in the TMZ office, bro.
It's a lot of
You
people.
hurt a lot of people's feelings. He was like, "Oh, are you angry?" I'm like, "Are you gonna go hug everybody? Because it's millions of people you upset."
Yeah.
Denzel, I'm excited about the new music. I'm excited about your energy. You always have the door open here to come through and talk that Scoop Diddy Poop.
Oh, shit.
Thanks for coming through, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Denzel Curry.